Hi, Mark here from the Tangent Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent Bound Network is right for you.
Hello, and welcome to the Moving the Needle podcast, where we ask, what moves you? Excellent or bogus? Did anyone do the right thing? Do you mess with the Zohan? With me tonight to discuss Do the Right Thing, Rocky vs. Creed, childhood, guilty pleasures, a test of time, you don't mess with the Zohan, once upon a time in Hollywood. With me tonight is Stephanie.
Hello.
Roy. Hello. And Henno. Yo, we want to thank you for listening on iTunes. We're also available on Spotify, just about everywhere you can find podcasts. We are, so come on now,
Google
let
Play.
us know. Email us at mtnpodcast@gmail.com or on facebook.com/mtnpod. Twitter and tweet us at mtnpod. There's so many ways to find us.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, we at Salty Language more than ever. I got nothing here. I'm so fucking tired of these commercials. This is Salty Language episode 458.
The sexiest podcast on the network, as usual. But we are here for everybody, Brian.
Right.
We are here. Because, if you fall to the COVID, then you can't listen to beautiful voices of Salty Language.
True. Yeah. And
so I'm just saying.
Right. And don't forget, we still take your money if you want to give it to us.
Oh, God, yeah. Of course.
Fucking A. You know what's funny? I've seen one commercial that, have you seen there's an Icebreakers commercial where it talks about mask breath?
I've been subject to mask breath.
Right.
So that's actually a smart commercial.
Right? That's what I thought too. I was like, whoever did this was really smart to fast track that and get that out there because
Icebreakers the little cubed gum.
They make that, but the one for this commercial, they're selling like their mints. But yeah.
Funny enough, I bought icebreakers because I was at work and I had some delicious tuna fish.
Oh man.
And then I was like, time to go back to work. I threw the mask on. I'm like, this is the worst idea ever.
Dude, we had lasagna and some like garlic stick the other night, and I had to mask up to go somewhere, and I was like, oh my god, because all I could smell was that garlic breath. And I even went in and brushed my teeth, but you know how it is, garlic sticks around for a while.
Exactly. It's like vampires hate it, right?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yep. But
so yeah, that was whew.
That is intense. That's pretty funny that they're all over the mask breath. I dig that.
Yeah, that's, I think, my favorite. Aside from, I have dug a few, like, Adobe has, I think, kind of a cool commercial where it shows a bunch of, like, nurses and doctors and whatever, and it shows people, like, artwork that people have used, like, Photoshop to create or whatever.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and they just show a bunch of different ones, and that's kind of cool.
Be great if it was, like, poorly Photoshopped, like, heads on the doctors and stuff.
That would be great. No, these are actually
just really terrible at rotoscoping.
Yeah, no, these are actually really, really well done artworks. So
wow,
yeah.
Well, looky there.
Yeah, I am just so tired, and I know everybody said this to death, but it's like I'm just so tired of the now more than ever, or we're all in this together. Yeah, it's like stop it. No, you're not.
Like, are you? Or are you just trying to get what little shekels I have left?
Well, there's like a Ford one. That's like, to help out, if you buy a new Ford, we'll suspend your payments for like 3 months. And I'm like, well,
and we'll pay for 3 months.
Yeah. It's like, if you really cared about people, how about suspend payments for 3 months for the people who already have bought you?
Yeah. If you really cared about me, Ford, I could just use a new truck. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Why not? Free trucks for everybody.
Yeah. They make enough of them.
Yeah.
There's F-150s everywhere.
Yeah. Doesn't make you wonder, though, how, like, toward the end of the year, the car dealerships are all, everything must go, kind of a thing, because they don't want them on the lot because of taxes. So I wonder if they'll be getting tax breaks, because there's going to be a ton of vehicles just shared.
For sure. I mean, I would hope not, because fuck those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all in the same boat. I got to pay taxes.
Yeah. You don't have 900 cars sitting on your lot, though. I don't think.
True, but I have 2, and that's enough.
Yeah, that seems easy.
Yeah, just saying.
Yeah.
I also am a good citizen and pay my taxes.
Right.
I think like that sweet bailout like all these other corporations got. Well, I did. I got $1,200.
Yeah.
Thanks, government.
See, right out of your own pocket.
Yeah.
Right. I'm still in the group that is waiting. So.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Well, it was, like a lot of it has to do with, they said originally they were going to send was people who'd already filed. The second wave would be people like on Social Security and whatnot. And then the third wave would be people who filed their taxes later or whatever else, and I'm in that group. So I knew from the beginning it would be a while, but.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I have here, Brian?
What's that?
For my delicious fucking, hydration needs.
Bourbon.
I do, but that's later.
Oh, okay.
Because this is cold still, so I gotta get on.
Oh, okay.
I have a New York Seltzer Black Cherry.
Oh, nice. I was gonna say, if your word's chill wave, I might have to come over and kill you.
No, I haven't had a chill wave yet this year.
I haven't either, and I feel like
I'll put this up close to the camera for the video.
Yeah. You haven't even opened it yet, eh?
I haven't even cracked it yet. I've had this for, like, Michelle bought it. She saw it, and she's like, I heard you guys talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, oh, sweet. And then she's kind of like, well, why didn't you drink it? I'm like, I'm waiting for the podcast. So I gotta.
Oh, yeah. Is that nice, refreshing crack of the cap?
Yeah. I forgot that, like, the label is almost like a foam feel.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I don't know if it's supposed to provide sweet insulation or something. I don't know.
I think so. It just feels good in the hand, though.
It does, man. Those are sweeter than I remember.
Yeah.
Not like the seltzers I've been drinking lately, which is like if somebody threw an apple at a lake and then they scooped it into a bottle.
That'd be the worst seltzer. New Lake Erie seltzer. We've thrown 4 apples in this lake.
Yeah, exactly. We upped the fleet by 4.
Yep. Packed with apples.
When LaCroix first came out, my mom was like, "Ooh, this is delicious." And I had a sip, and I'm like, "This is just like, I'm just drinking like bubbly flavored water."
Yeah.
These and stuff, those have a little more.
Yeah. It is interesting how some of them are much more subtle than some of the others.
Yeah, like I am not a LaCroix fan because it doesn't ever taste like anything to me.
I don't even know if I've ever had one. I you know what it is? I was gonna start buying them, but then I was at Kroger. I was like, oh, they have Kroger brand seltzers for like $2 a 12-pack. So I was like, well, I'll just get this. And then I got that blackberry citrus one, and I mostly drank that one. You know?
It's pretty delicious.
Yeah. Then I bought, Bubblies off and on. Cause, like I said, I like the watermelon one. There was another watermelon one I had that had like no flavor to it.
It's like, this has some sort of message in the cap, but it's up in my room here.
Yeah. It just says diabetes. No.
Probably.
Damn it.
Let me see here. I gotta activate the old flashlight.
They have a contest going. 1 bottle in every 1,000 has like 12,000 times the amount of sugar in it. And you just immediately get the beatus.
Just get the beatus. Just a little life tip from the old New York Seltzer cap, Brian.
Yeah.
Don't stress out.
Okay.
Thanks, New York Seltzer.
Yeah, they try.
Thanks.
Oh, they're trying,
It's true.
Yeah. As I said, when I had one of those on the show, if you've been drinking these other kind of seltzers lately, those certainly don't hit the same way as far as, like, those actually have sugar in them and calories. And I know. Remember I told you that you were going to notice,
Oh man, it is pretty goddamn delicious.
It is though, right? Does it take you back to our childhood?
It does. It really does. The choice is clear. What? This is bullshit, Brian.
What?
Do you know where this shit's bottled at?
Up the street.
Los Angeles.
What?
That's not New York at all.
God damn it. All right, I feel cheated now.
Cheated.
Oh. Well, here's a question. Would you want to buy it if it was called L.A. Seltzer, though?
No.
Right? I don't know why New York makes it seem better, but,
Well, it's like even the label's like cool and art. Like you could see like walking into, I don't know, the Empire State Building, like, yeah, New York Seltzer. You can chug one down.
Sure, because I'm sure everybody there is walking around with them.
If not, not now. Not that we broke the news.
Right. Yeah, we just
first. New York Seltzer's an LA product.
We just ruined their business. Ruined.
Exactly.
Ruined.
There's some guy, that just like threw his Yankee jersey out.
Yeah.
That's what the city's a lie.
He immediately books a flight to LA.
Yep.
Yeah, you're ready.
He'll wake up in the morning after the show gets dropped and New York's in complete anarchy.
Yeah. Yep. He immediately goes on to fanatics.com, buys himself some Dodgers gear.
For sure.
Throws his bagels out the window. Well, no, you can't. I mean, you got to eat the bagels, but yeah.
I mean, I will for sure pick an LA taco over a New York bagel. I don't tell you.
I mean, why not both though?
Ooh, a bagel taco?
Hell yeah.
Or a taco bagel?
Sure.
A taco bagel sounds pretty good.
It could work.
It could work.
Listen, it can work. Taco bagel can work. We'll just have to. You just got to work on it.
Have I shared with you the magicness of a chaffle?
I don't know if you have. I feel
Are
like
you familiar with the word chaffle?
No, I'm not. My guess would be that it has chocolate and waffle, but I don't think I'm right.
You would think that, but
is it chalk and taco? Or waffle, I mean. Like you just make a waffle out of chalk?
Taco tacos are pretty legit.
Yeah.
I almost roundhoused the ice cream man, which we did. We ran outside when the ice cream truck came by last week.
Nice.
Yeah, the kids were over, we're like, ice cream!
The kids are
had a pile of quarters on our kitchen counter ready for the ice cream.
Nice. Yeah, that's the move right there. You got to be prepared.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, man, I need to get like a $10 bill and just have it magneted to the fridge.
Yeah.
For when the ice cream truck comes by.
Yeah.
Anywho, no, a chaffle is it's some sort of, the keto world, Brian. They're like mad scientists when it comes to food.
Basically.
Like, how can we recreate the things we miss eating?
Right. How can we create non-delicious ways but don't contain carbs? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Right. So what a chaffle is, it's a cheese waffle.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
Right? So and it's real simple. You take a cup of mozzarella, you take 1 egg.
Right.
You mix them together and you throw it in a waffle iron and it comes out like a fucking waffle. It's weird.
Interesting.
Like even the texture is waffly.
It's more waffle than like omelet.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. It's strange.
Interesting.
But so what I've been doing though,
that seems all right though, because you get
from a guy at work.
The egg and cheese is delicious. So.
Oh man, I ate like 2 of them once and I felt like death.
I imagine you could probably throw some veg in there if you wanted to also.
Well, here's the move.
Yeah.
Here's what I do. And this is people who aren't like in the world of the cow are going to be like, dude, you were eating so much cheese and fat.
Yeah.
Yes. So I mix up the cup of cheese, shitload of everything, bagel seasoning in it.
Yeah.
I chaffleize it.
Nice.
And then I put a smear of cream cheese on it. It's like having an everything bagel, dude.
That's a good move.
Yeah.
You do know.
It's pretty delicious.
Because one of the few keto things that I've seen that I'm like, I might try that, and I still haven't done it, is the one where it's like Weight Watchers or whatever has that like 2-ingredient bread.
I haven't seen that. What is this black magic? What is dark wizardry?
It's, I can't remember the 2 ingredients now. You think, you could remember 2 freaking ingredients. One is like Greek yogurt.
Okay.
I can't remember what the other one is. I don't think it's flour because, carbs. But, hold on one second. Let me find it. But anyway, I've from what I've read, it's like it works really well for like it's a universal kind of bread. Pizza dough. They make bagels. Blah blah blah. Oh no, I'm sorry. It is flour and Greek yogurt. So it's not carb free. I'm sorry. It's not keto.
Oh, okay.
But it's low carb, I believe, or low calorie, whatever.
Pulled it up. I'm pulling up the 2-ingredient dough wait time
before you can see a damn recipe.
What can I make with 2-ingredient dough?
Probably anything that's,
pretzel bites, pizza.
Yeah. But from the stuff I've read, I guess it's pretty tasty. I just haven't done it yet. I want to do bagels because I like bagels, but I also don't want to. Like, I hate kind of how heavy they sit,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If you don't like the way, like, things like that sit, for sure, chaffles aren't for you.
Come on, it's just cheese and an egg. How heavy could it be?
Well, I'm sitting there after that morning I had, I was like, this will make a sweet breakfast. I had one, I was still kind of hungry. I had another one, that's when I felt like death.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there on the couch going, you idiot, you just ate 2 cups of mozzarella, 2 eggs, and then smeared it with cream cheese.
Well, in fairness, if you went out and got an omelet from someplace, I mean, you wouldn't eat 2 cups of cheese probably, but you would eat multiple eggs and stuff. So it's not that bad, but yeah, the cream cheese on top too. That's the chef's kiss.
Lump in my gut, Good times.
Yeah, because like on Weight Watchers site here, they have different recipes for it too. Like one of them is breakfast calzones.
Oh shit!
Mexican
breakfast
soft
calzone.
Yep,
they combined 2 of my favorite things right there.
Yeah, they did. Mexican soft tostadas. Pizza, apple turnovers. I mean, so that's why I said from what I read, it's how it is because I remember years ago you sent me a bread recipe that's a pretty simple bread recipe that was like but it was universal, like you could use it for a bunch of different things.
Yeah, it was like some sort of something.
Yeah, and I think this kind of fits in the same thing, but it's self-rising flour and Greek yogurt.
Weak.
Anal and olive oil.
Exactly.
Old callback.
The emphasis read like ass sex.
Well, I mean, that's what the oil's for.
That's what the oil's for,
Yeah.
I almost think, because I am slamming through this thing, as dopey as it is, I might rinse this bottle out and put it back in my little knick-knack shelf behind me.
Yeah.
Just as a throwback to my youth.
Yes.
I
like it.
Oh, I just nosed it. Should have put it in one of my Glencairn whiskey glasses so I get a proper nose off.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
It smells so sweet. Jesus Christ.
It really does. Like when you smell it, you can smell how sweet it is. What's drinking that stuff? It did not ring as sweet as it does now. So I don't know if they made it sweeter or if it's just that, we were children. So, your palate changes over the years,
for sure. Yeah.
So I assume that's probably more of what it is.
I mean, we're old.
I know.
I was texting my son earlier today because there's this. We're going to be starting to play D&D again starting tomorrow.
Sure.
And he's like, I want to make everyone new characters, which is like, again, but actually, I really enjoyed my character. I'll get into it eventually.
Yeah.
But there's this app called Fight Club.
Okay.
And it's basically it's a character creator app, and you can play the game using this app. Like keeps track of spells or hit points, like arrows, keeps track of everything. It's pretty cool, actually.
All right.
So I'm trying to edit my stuff, and I just have to keep texting him like, how do I do that? And I've never felt older. And finally, when I was out, I just texted him like the gif of Grandpa Simpson like shucking and jiving in a nursing home. It's like me using Fight Club.
Right.
Because that's exactly what it felt
like. I mean, that's pretty accurate. So that's funny. Yeah, I know.
I think it's the first time with my son that didn't involve math because he's a math genius.
Yeah. That
I've been in that position where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh man, felt weird. Felt weird, man.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Oh man. So I guess how's your week been?
It's been all right.
Yeah.
It's been wet because we've just been raining like crazy.
It has been raining a lot here over the last few days. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because here's what really sucks. All right, so Dateline frickin' stimulus check.
Mm-hmm.
Like a good portion of that check went to me buying new fencing.
Yeah.
That I finally got delivered today.
Ah.
And when I talked to the people to set up the delivery, Menards, I'm shouting them out here. They're like, yeah, just, and we set up the time. I was like, perfect. Or they're like, yeah, it'll be Tuesday afternoon. Like, all right, cool. Can I request where it gets dropped off? Like, oh, absolutely. I'm like, okay, all right. Can you go back by my garage? Like, yeah, that's no problem. So at 9:00 this morning, I get a phone call. And it was Menards. I didn't know because I'm at my phone. So I go on break at 9:05.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
And I read the voicemail, and it's like, it was 9:00 to call me. They're like, hey, this is Menards. Read the voicemail. Listen to the voicemail. We'll be there in 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, fuck. Called them back. They didn't answer. I called Michelle. She's like, oh, I'm at my other house right now because, I got to let the guys in. They're putting in a new water heater. I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, all right, well, the Menards people are dropping off the fence. If they try to put it in the middle of the driveway or something stupid, just please let them know back. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So cue 10 minutes later, and I get a text. Yeah, it's in the middle of the driveway. I can't even pull in.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the fucking idiots dropped it right at the end of my goddamn driveway.
Jeez. You'd think they'd at least put it, back a little bit so somebody could pull into the driveway.
I mean, thank God I got a small car, because she parked in front of the house. I got my car in.
Yeah.
But still.
Right.
So, so now I have 6 panels of fencing and all these posts and 2x4s and shit. And it's like, and fortunately, because, I didn't want to ask her to help because they're not light.
Yeah.
But I know she would. But my neighbor was like, hey man, you need help moving that stuff? I'm like, yeah, actually I do.
Right.
So that was pretty cool of them. I actually have a pack of Heineken down here. I think I'm just going to give to them because I'm kind of over Heineken.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
So was my stepdad, and my mom gave me Heineken.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm not gonna drink. I'm not gonna drink it.
Right. Yeah, there's no sense in letting it go to waste.
Ordered a cooler. We're gonna have a housewarming party. It'll get gone.
Yeah.
Well, the Rona.
Yeah, kind of sidelined that a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. So
yeah, unless unless you put a patio, then can you claim that you're a restaurant with a patio and then open?
I mean, God.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to, throw them 200 a bus. Yeah, fuck it, I will. We're throwing everybody under a bus, Brian, in this episode.
That's right.
So when they first came out with we're going to open the outdoor seating, 50% capacity, blah, 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 rules, right?
Yeah.
I was driving up, going local here, Monroe Street, and I passed Shorty's, one of our local Q joints.
Yeah.
There is no way that patio is at 50% capacity.
Yeah, I've
packed.
I saw a lot of videos posted on Twitter from people in Ohio at places that were just full.
Yeah.
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 Which means the restaurant's not doing what they're supposed to do. And if that footage, if anyone can identify the place, it's like, well, it's so not worth it.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
It is. It really is. I understand they want to try to start, jumpstart their monies again. I get it, but yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
So much of it. I know they said on the news last night that there were over 30 call-ins to report places around Toledo, that
I believe it.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's just I get it. It's like getting warm. I want to sit on a patio, have a couple of beers.
Sure.
That sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what I'm not going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. I was just like, because boy, I'm not gonna lie, dude. When I saw that Stubborn Brother has a patio, I sat and thought about it long and hard because I thought about being like, hey man, want to go to Stubborn Brother?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed when you, like on the warm days at least, you drive by places that have patios and there's just people in the parking lot standing and waiting. It's like, that's not my only problem, but that would be one of my major hangups. Is like, I don't want to go, oh fuck yeah, and get all amped to go finally have a taste of real life again.
Yeah.
And then be like 15th in line waiting.
Right. Yeah.
It's like I saw on FacePage today, our favorite little dive bar, Rockies, is opening. They open today and tomorrow, soft openings for their patio. You know how small their patio.
Well, are you talking like the smoking patio?
They have that little front strip that's got like 3 tables, and then there's like 5 tables in their back patio.
Yeah, and if
and
you're going
put in their Facebook post, you know what patio we're talking about.
Because if they're well, either way, like even if they open both of them, right, and only go 50% capacity, that's what, like 8 people. I mean, it's
like. It's like, I get it.
Yeah.
But man,
that hardly seems worth it to me, but I guess
the only thing that piqued my interest is they said they're going to be doing takeout food.
Oh, okay.
I was like, well, that's kind of dope because they used that, the last time you and I tried to eat there, it was like, sorry, kitchen's closed.
Yeah. Ate there, I had a pizza and it was still,
still
what
amazing
it is.
Rocky's pizza.
Yeah. So
good.
At least there's that.
I mean, I guess if we're talking more local shit, I hate the sorry people that don't live around us. My all-time favorite restaurant, Toledo QQ Kitchen, finally reopened yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And I was like I was talking to Michelle about it. She's like, oh, we should do that for dinner. I'm like, you know what? Because I was so tired yesterday, and I had that puppy training class, and because I slept like shit the night before and yesterday.
Yeah.
But, so we're, before we would go into class, I got home from work, I don't know, it was like, doesn't matter. But I'm like, all right, we'll try to get some QQ. And I spammed their phone so many times trying to get through.
Yeah.
I think I reached 70 something, just tapping, call back, call back, call back.
Wow.
I could not get through.
Oh, wow.
So I think we're going to try again tomorrow because the kiddos are coming over to play some D&D, and I don't really want to cook,
Yeah.
But they do walk-up orders, so I'm just going to walk up, and I know I'll probably be in that area forever, but I finally got a new iPhone because my phone shit the bed on me.
Sweet.
So I got to trade in my old one. There's a Verizon store right over there. Maybe I'll pick up a cigar or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll kill time somehow over there.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Because fucking QQ, bro.
I don't know. I've still never had it, so
It's incredible.
I wouldn't know. They weren't
Just
doing carry out before this, huh?
No, once the whole COVID thing happened, they shut their doors.
You know
They're
what?
just closed.
I bet it had a lot to do with the anti-Asian
Could have been,
sentiment. Because the Chinese place that's like 2 minutes up the street, right by Cocoa House up
yeah.
here,
Yeah.
that Chinese place, they shut down immediately too. So I'm wondering.
Because ignorant
jerks.
bastards.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
jerks.
People, what a bunch of bastards.
Yeah, making it so you can't get good food. Jerks.
I know, right? What a bunch of jerks.
Yep. But what can you do, right? So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But all in all, I mean, I guess my week's been all right. Because I just seen already.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
It's,
know, I've definitely had those moments again where I'm like, why didn't I get quarantined? I don't want to go to work today.
right.
Fired up a little Red Dead Redemption. That was fun. Did you see there's another Call of Duty update? 30 gigs.
Yeah, I have that on my list of things to talk about. I actually,
Jesus.
as soon as I saw that it's, because last night, every once in a while I'll tap on Twitter to the trending thing and just see what's kind of trending out there. And last night I see 30 gigabytes and I'm like, the hell? And I should have known, like, what else would it be? Right? So anyway, so I click on it and I see people bitching about it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, God damn, man, like 30 gigs is going to take me like 4 days to download. It's like, man.
It's been a while since I looked at my storage. I need to see how much space that game is taking up.
There was somebody last night that mentioned that total on their hard drive, it takes 200 gigs now.
Jesus Christ.
Which is ridiculous. Now I did see, here's a major benefit of the next gen systems is Microsoft allegedly is, and I'm sure PlayStation will be doing something too, is they're using some different compression so that it should make game files smaller.
That would be nice.
That'd be great for a lot, especially for people like me, but for anybody, because again, those hard drives on the systems, when they first come, it's like 5 megabytes,
Yeah, exactly. Good luck.
Yeah. You're like, I can't put any games on it. That's the worst part is that the games have to download onto the damn thing, It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I actually, along with many, many, many other people, were like, hey, this is getting ridiculous. Like seriously, I feel like all I'm doing with that game is every time I go to play it, there's a freaking update and it takes me days to download it because my internet is I have low level internet, and it's like, okay, well, I guess maybe are just not going to be for me anymore. If they're going to do this, like I can't.
I mean, it seems like that's all. It's every week there's an update, but I mean, it shouldn't be that giant of a download every month.
No, it absolutely
and I
shouldn't
get it.
be.
They added, some new maps and stuff.
Yeah.
I think maybe a new operator. 30 gigs?
Yeah. I get, and that's going to be maps probably, because, they're probably like Warzone size maps, And again, I go back to where Warzone should have been completely a download.
Yeah, a separate thing.
Because again, I have zero interest in playing Warzone. I would gladly just skip downloading that,
Right.
Because I don't care about, I just don't care
Well,
for that.
it seems like not this update, but the last one, they kind of had an a la carte thing, like you could go on to download.
Yeah.
Which something like that I could get behind.
Yeah. That would, I would be okay with that, because then you go, look, I don't play co-op, I don't need to download the co-op,
Yeah, play Warzone, so I just want the multiplayer stuff.
Then, if they would start doing that, I'd be way on board with that, because that would save a lot of time for me, because like I said, every time you're like, hey, how about, oh fuck, there's an update I didn't know about, and again, I know I can't, because of my data cap, I cannot leave my system on, because if I do, games are just like that will just download and I'll be like, oh crap, it downloaded like the whole thing,
Well, I mean, I usually put mine in rest mode, and in theory it's supposed to download shit while it's resting.
Yeah.
It never does. I don't know why.
Mine doesn't seem to do Call of Duty. It does seem to do other games, but not Call of, or, Disney Plus or something, it'll download those.
Sick.
Yeah, man. It's. I'll tell you, it really, every time like this happens, I know it's the norm for it, but it really sours me on the game. It really does. And I know other games have big updates, but it's like I have Borderlands, right? Occasionally Borderlands will put an update out. The only time there's a big download is if they need to make a change or there's new DLC, basically.
Right.
I'm fine with that, you know? Because again, the DLC is all optional, you know?
Right. It's like I do enjoy playing the game a lot.
Yeah.
It's fun. But like that's why I fired up Red Dead. It was over because I was like, I played Duty over the weekend. And I was just like, God, I'm just kind of just sick of just running around and just shooting. Because that's all it is.
Yeah.
You know, and sure, in the objective games, there's a little strategy and stuff like that. But it's basically you're just running around shooting.
Yeah.
I kind of want some storyline. And then it's like, oh, you know what? I haven't played in forever. Red Dead.
You know, speaking of Red Dead,
dust off the old horse. You know.
Speaking of Red Dead, I saw there was a thing that was on Twitter where somebody said that, like instead of their group chat using Zoom, that they all jump in Red Dead and they sit around the campfire instead.
That's hilarious.
I was like, you know, I kind of dig that because you know it's more secure than Zoom is.
Yeah, accurate.
But also, you know, you could just sit around and have fun, you know? It would be cool as if you could do stuff like, I don't know if you can because I don't have Red Dead 2, but, like if you could sit around and play poker with your friends.
I don't know, because the last time I played multiplayer in Red Dead was when it was in beta.
Oh yeah, that's been a while ago. So
yeah, it's been a long time, and I haven't hopped on since.
There's probably a giant
again. Huh?
I said there's probably an update for that.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, I know when I went to play it, there was this like, hey, buddy, you want to use network features? You got to wait for this download. And I'm like, nah, bro, I just want to play a story. And I got right in. So
yeah, exactly. That's one of the things I liked. Was it a couple years ago in Madden, they had it where in order to play franchise, you had to be connected to the internet. And I was like,
I remember that.
This is the dumbest thing. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I bitched about it on here.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, this is so stupid because, you know, anyway, but now, you know, the next year they switched it back to where you could play offline franchise or online. And I was like, I just want an offline franchise because I don't jump on and play with people, you know?
Right.
But
yeah.
Really quick, well, I know we're on video games heavy here, but while we're talking about Madden, did you read the story about the guy who won the Madden tournament this year?
No.
Oh my God. So the dude ran all of 0 passing plays.
Really? He just ran the ball the whole time?
Yep. What they did this year, I guess, was they did a lottery, or not a lottery, what do you call it? I can't think of what it's called now. Damn it. Like where you do a draft, but you pay. Like people bid for...
like an auction thing?
Auction style. Yeah. So what this guy did was he just loaded their quarterback, which is where most of the people spend a lot of their money. He loaded his defense and just made a killer defense. And then he got basically all defense and all offensive line. And then he just ran the ball down his opponent's throat. So he'd get the ball back and just chew up the clock. 18-0.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, the article I was reading was kind of like, yeah, we're not sure if, you know, the makers of the game will change the rules next year. And I'm like, you shouldn't. That's their strategy, right? You know, if a team in the NFL wants to just run the ball, you know, not that they would have a balanced attack, but, you know, but think about all those years with, like Michael Vick and the Falcons. They didn't throw the ball much.
No, for sure.
They ran, and then they had designed run plays for Vic, or he would just take off and run, you know, and not just him. There's been other quarterbacks over the years who have done the same thing. You know, like the Ravens like to run the ball, and Lamar Jackson, even though he can sling the ball, he, you know, moves around and gains a bunch of yards on the ground too. So, you know, it is a strategy, and I honestly don't think you should eliminate any strategy. He's not cheating. He's playing within the rules. You know?
Yeah, exactly. It's not like he's got a Game Shark hooked up or something.
Right. Well, you remember like the years that the Ravens won the year the Ravens won the Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer at quarterback. They weren't slinging the ball around. They were running that sumbitch and playing the best, or maybe not the best, but like top 3 or 4 defense ever type defense.
Right.
So if that's what your strategy is, I was like, that to me that's smart, because if you get a lead in that, I'd be running the ball down my opponent's throat too. I'd be like, stop
I'd
me.
love to hear the people he's playing like, oh, fuck, motherfucker, what? Oh,
Yeah.
This is just bullshit, man.
Yeah. This cheating, you know, it's like people who bitch about campers in, you know, shooting games. You know, you don't like it, find them and kill them.
Yeah, that's the move.
That was what, remember, I used to sneak around in Halo and kill snipers. I
Yeah.
just was always like running sneaky style, and I'd get right up on the snipers and put a shotgun up their ass, basically.
Greek style.
Yeah. I didn't use oil. Yeah.
Not even a little gun oil.
Nope. Dry anal. But yeah, I thought that was pretty, I thought it was genius, honestly. It's, you know, cause it's like, look, if you're gonna put rules in place, there's always gonna be somebody who's gonna, like, exploit. But it is, but it isn't, cause I'm sure he drafted a quarterback. He just probably took some rando bum that's like a third stringer or something. I don't know.
Yeah, everyone's like, Trent Dilfer is still in?
Yeah.
Crazy.
He just, everybody else has got like their quarterback depth down, and he's like, all right, who's left?
Yeah. Okay, I got 50 cents left.
Yeah. Right? He's like, I'll take Colin Kaepernick since nobody else has drafted him.
Exactly. That's pretty great that,
right?
I mean, that's, you know, that's way better than everyone, because I know everyone's probably just going from like bomb plays and airing it out.
Well, sure, because you know probably Patrick Mahomes probably got tons of action. Like people were bidding and bidding. If nothing else, you don't want someone else to get him and all this. But this dude was like, I don't care. I'm going to take the best defense ever. You ain't going to do anything on my defense, basically.
Right, exactly.
I like that strategy, man. Play tight defense, you know? That's what coaches in the NFL, if you listen to any new head coach, when they go, hey, what's your strategy? They will always say play good defense and dominate on both sides of the ball, you know, on the line. And that's exactly what that guy did. He did exactly what coaches say they want to do every time.
Yeah, beat him up in the trenches,
Yep.
basically.
And like I said, I love it. Cause like I always do a fantasy franchise in Madden, you know, where you just, and I just go, okay, whoever I get is who I'm going to play with, you know?
Right.
And, you know, this year I got Aaron Rodgers, which let me tell you was not the easiest thing to do because, you know, fuck the Packers, but,
fuck the Packers.
But I have James White as my running back, and I'm still trying to like force the ball down my opponent's throats, even though he's a receiving running back. He's not really but I'm still trying real hard to run between the tackles because I just like to run the ball.
Right.
So I actually in free agency, you know, picked up a couple, guys that are a little more power runners. So I you know, sub in and out, you know, when I want to run some power. So, but, good shit.
Good, clean fun.
Yeah. I don't really have a whole bunch as far as oh, you know what? Hold on. I got one more video game thing here, and I swear that's all I have for video.
All right, what you got?
You remember last week we talked about like microtransactions and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. So I read an article that talked about how much Fortnite has made from microtransactions on mobile alone. This does not include computer or console. Want to take a guess at how much?
First off, have you ever tried to play a shooter on your phone?
Yes, I tried the Call of Duty one and I immediately was like, this sucks, I'm done.
It's so hard.
Because I have a hard time seeing people when I play on my damn TV, let alone on my damn phone. Plus the controls are, anyway, it's not for me.
We're old, Brian. It's
Yes.
because we're old.
Yeah, my gnarled, arthritic hands won't let me play.
Yeah. You're trying to play Call of Duty on your phone, like, hand me my Ritas.
So?
I can't
No,
see all
dude.
these camping bastards.
Forget the readers. I went next level. You know, they got them big ass, like, page magnifiers. I just put one of those over
Naturally.
an iPad now.
You got
Yes, my bifocal monocles.
yeah, for sure.
Shit. Yeah, so anyway, total monies from microtransactions that it's made on mobile alone, how much do you think?
This is going to hurt my feelings. I know it's going to, like, I'm going to go something stupid like 500 million.
Higher.
What?
In fact, twice what you said. $1
Are you shitting me?
billion. Nope. And that is mobile alone. That's not, like I said, does not include console or computer.
That is lunacy to me.
Right.
Well, I have multiple reasons why this is lunacy. One, it's a free game. You don't need to spend any money on it.
Sure you do. You gotta have all them
Have
skins.
you
and
played
stuff,
Fortnite? It's fucking terrible.
it's not for, like I said, I don't like any of those games. I've tried Apex Legends, Fortnite. None of them really do anything for me. PUBG. None of them do anything for me. I get why people like them, but they're just not for me.
I
don't like the idea I have to like billion. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If Epic Games were to get a hold of us, be like, hey, we want to add some salty language DLC to Fortnite.
Which they should, yeah.
You know, like they can build like the creepy salty language van.
Right. And we're characters in it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They give us, they have Brian and Tony skins.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, of course, you know, they add a part of a map. It's like Hobo Gulch or something.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, okay, I guess.
Yeah. What do you mean you guess? We couldn't get our signatures on, we'd be ham-fisting those contracts trying to sign them.
Oh my God, would we ever?
Like, can I just sign an X?
Yeah,
that's the
sure,
fastest, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that would be, I would be signing so quick. I'd look like my dog when, like myself or the other dog walks in a room. I'd just be presenting my ass and shaking.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like, now we're going to need you guys to actually play the game. Be like, okay.
Yeah, like, oh, I guess.
The worst. Yeah.
Man, when I first got my PlayStation, I downloaded it.
Because it was free.
Check out what this Fortnite that all the kids are talking about.
Yeah, see, that was actually the first game I downloaded on mine because it was, like, when I first got it, I only had, I don't remember what the first game I bought for it was. Anyway, I only had one, I basically had one game. So I was like, well, I'll look through the free games,
Yeah.
And since it was free, I downloaded it and I played it for a little bit and realized I was horrible at it. So I decided to not play it anymore.
Well, I know the first time I played it, I was like, oh, shooter game? I like shooter games. I'm good at these.
Yeah.
And then I died and I was just out. I'm like, what is this bullshit?
Yeah, that's one of my things. I really hate games where, like, you die and you just sit there. Like, I hate, like, when we do the rotation games in Call of Duty and that happens, some of them, like, was it Headquarters or whatever, where you have to sit and wait?
Oh, yeah, like the headquarters gets captured, you gotta wait for all your team to die or whatever.
And it's
or
like,
not I get the headquarters. I can't even talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But anyway, I hate that because it's like, nah, man, this isn't fun. I'm just sitting here now, like, I want to have fun. I want to keep playing the game. Like,
right.
why are you, I mean, just because I'm bad at the game doesn't mean you should, shouldn't let me play it. It's like, how am I supposed to get better if you keep kicking me out of the game?
Well, it's like I'm also not really a Warzone, not a Battle Royale fan.
Right.
And as much as we were shitting on Call of Duty, I kind of like what they did with their Warzone. They had some cool about it.
Yeah.
Unless I'm because I've made it up into the top 15 a couple times before I got killed, because basically I just creep around like a snake.
Yeah.
As the map shrinks, I just, survive.
Well, I think that's essentially the goal of it. I really, I've seen people playing online a few times, like on Twitch, and that seems to be what a lot of them do, is they'll just run around and hide, basically, until it gets to a certain point, and then they start killing people.
But I've only watched the game finish after I died, I think, twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh shit, there's like 10 people left. I guess I kind of want to see what happens now.
Yeah.
If I'm kill number 3, I am not sitting there and watching the game.
Right. Exactly. Well, seriously, because if that's all I'm going to do, because again, I know I'm terrible at it, so if that's all I'm going to do, I might as well just pull up a Twitch feed and watch people play.
Right.
Really. Like, this is not fun. I'm just sitting here waiting.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Metal Gear Solid on PS1?
Yeah, right.
With those damn thematics that were like 90% of the game. Like, ooh, I can hit a button now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway.
Anywho, I can't believe they made that much money
Yeah.
mobile alone. I don't want to know what.
Oh, I know,
I can't even imagine what they made all together.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's ridiculous.
Crazy, I'm sure. Yeah, if that's just on microtransactions and just on mobile, holy shit, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I know it's a very popular game.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Jesus.
Yep, exactly. So,
Man. Sorry, I'm yawning like we're on camera, and so I'm over here like, oh. Fucking tired, bro.
You're fine.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, see?
My week was pretty uneventful. I mean, besides the shit I already talked about, I went and helped my parents pull all their summer stuff out.
Yeah.
You know, get their patio ready and all. I mean, move grills. I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't a very exciting week. I really feel like I had more to talk about, but sometimes I don't take notes when I'm out in the room.
Understandable.
You know, actually, you know what? I do have a question for you.
Okay.
Have you got into those growlers yet?
No, I haven't. I need to.
You son of a bitch.
It's so weird because you know me, I'm never been like a real drink at home person.
Oh, I get it.
You know, I've always been
do we need to do like a virtual happy hour situation?
I might
something?
need to, because then at least I won't feel like I'm drinking alone. Because, like, really, I was thinking about it. The most I've drank at home type of a thing was back when Yumi and Tate used to do the show, and, you know, her and I would stay on afterwards and just bullshit for hours and hours, and we'd just be getting hammered while we were doing it. So that was, you know, but aside from that, it's like, I don't really, like, even when we do drink anything, you know,
right?
Every once in a while I might have a little nip of whiskey or something, but that's about it. But
that's become,
yeah, I know I need to though. And again, it's, you know, and once I crack one,
especially because they're IPAs, man.
I know.
You gotta drink those fresh.
I know. So,
you know?
I know I need to get on them probably. I definitely need to at least get one of them done by this weekend. So.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Man. That's the one problem with the IPAs too, is you can't really cook with them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, you know, if I had gotten the Scotch ale, dude, I'd have been golden, because even if I didn't, and I probably would drink it all, but even if I didn't drink it all, you know, I can cook with those, you know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I love using those to deglaze a pan with steak, or, you know, when you're cooking like beef stew or whatever. They're awesome for that. But you're right. IPAs, not so much. Aside from, I've seen, there's recipes out there for them. Like, what is it? Founders has one for using all day. Man,
like an all day chili or something.
Did you catch me pause after that? Fuck.
I know.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's never going to be.
You know
the
what?
same.
And it shouldn't be. You know, but we should still all day because, you know,
out of respect.
Out of respect, exactly. But they have a pickle recipe, I guess, like where it's like 24-hour pickles. I still haven't done it, and I need to. I have all day.
I can see that.
I've got some all day that's past where I'm going to drink it, you know? So I need to use it for that and see how the pickles turn out.
Yeah, I could see like a pickle. I just know
it's too bitter for most things.
Yeah, it reduces into bitter awfulness.
Right.
Yeah, I've tried it.
I need to look up, because I'm sure there's other things you can do with it, but I don't know. So
I don't know either.
Yeah, I know. Like you though, it's like this week's been pretty, you know, like most weeks for me, just pretty uneventful, because there's really just not been anything to do, and I'm not going to be one of those people running out to, like we said earlier, to restaurants and different stuff. You know, I mean, going to the grocery store tomorrow, yippee. You know?
Fucking exciting.
Now, I will say,
put on your Mad Max battle gear.
Dude, I finally got my gaiters in.
Nice.
So now I can, you know, look like a damn ninja or American, because the ones I bought, it was like buy one get 4 free or something like that. So I've got like 2 black ones, one or two that are like camouflage, and then one that's like red, white, like the flag basically.
Dude, Memorial Day's coming up.
I wish I would have gotten a red one, because I totally would like. I'd be like, dude, I got to do a grifter kind of thing for sure on
this. That'd be good. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I'll totally draw it on there, cut out some eye holes in the thing.
That'd be amazing.
Now, I'm not saying I would wear that as a, like, you know, any sort of safety mask. Just for my own pleasure.
Just for shit.
Yeah. But
Yeah, actually, this weekend you'll, providing if the weather's nice, since it is Memorial Day weekend.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?
You know, I got the old stars and bars. I mounted a flag to the house, like in my neighborhood. You look around, I get a flag. I'm like, fuck it, I'm joining. Stars and bars on the house.
Right, Confederate flag. Gotcha. Yeah.
That's right. You know it.
Shit.
So we're gonna do it again.
Yeah. Fuck.
And then
No.
You know, and then I got a flag that I mount to the back of my Jeep when I'm driving around.
Oh boy. You've
Fuck
got the
yeah.
now you've actually got the mount for it, right? So you're doing it the way it's supposed to be done.
Oh Lord, no.
Oh boy.
It's just a dowel rod and zip ties on my roll
dude,
bar.
come on now. That doesn't even You're disrespecting the flag, man. What
Oh,
are
it
you
doesn't
doing?
touch the ground.
No,
it just
there's
waves
actually
around.
no, there's actually rules for like if you have a flag on a vehicle, it's supposed to be in like one of those like solid mount things or whatever.
Well, I'm you know me,
You
Brian. I'm
son
a
of a
goddamn
bitch.
rebel.
Well, again, we go back to the
Yeah. I mean, I got my where is it? I can't see it. It's like I got my my like straw cowboy hat thing from Jamaica.
Oh, I know
mean,
what you're talking
I can
about.
rock that and get like a tank top on.
Oh God. Yeah, get a couple
Buy a
road
can of
sodas.
Grizzly.
Yeah. Right. Perfect.
Yeah, right.
Ay caramba.
If you're gonna do it right.
I guess.
Like maybe I don't know.
Maybe not.
Is that what we're doing?
I don't think we are.
Oh, okay.
Man. So yeah, I mean, I've got some other stuff to talk about. If
I also have some other
Okay.
stuff. Yeah.
Well, go ahead. I'll let you kick us
Oh.
off here.
Okay. Well, thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I know we're. I mean, I know we got Corona talk happening like all the time. I'm sure people are really sick of hearing about it. News stories that just made me go deflated.
That's fair. I don't mind
Yeah.
that. You know, it's like, it's like when you're watching the news, they're just like Corona, and you're like, oh, enough. But once in a while, they'll throw a story in there that's like, one of the heartwarming stories, or it's just a good story. It's like, yeah, give me this,
Right.
like, give us more of this.
Well, here's what I got for you, Brian.
Yeah.
A renowned restaurant is adding mannequins
Oh yeah, I saw this.
to aid of the social distancing aspect.
Dude, they had on the news, or one of the shows I was watching last night, there's another place that took this to another level. They have blow-up dolls.
That's hilarious. And I actually have another news story that's along those same.
Nice. Oh, I think I know what this one is too.
But yeah, it's I don't even know what
Here's-
the restaurant is. I should have read the thing.
Here's the thing about those. Like, I think it's hilarious, but you're going to have to wipe those damn things off constantly.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you is how would
Yeah.
you feel if you walked into a restaurant and half the tables are occupied by mannequins?
I would probably think it's hilarious. I would clearly be taking pictures.
Oh, yeah.
What would be cool to me, and again, this would be so much better if it wasn't for the whole way Corona spreads and everything. But if they would like have theme nights and dress the mannequins differently, like tonight's Hawaiian shirt night, and every one of them's wearing, or like a luau night, whatever. I think that would be fun.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, right. Now, there is a side thing to this, which is, and I didn't know this existed for a long time until I now know somebody who has it, and it's called, let me see if I can get it right, autonotonophobia. And that's basically the fear of like lifelike robotics and stuff like that. And some people who have this really get freaked out by these things, and like mannequins can be triggers for it. So as long as people know going in it, they go, okay, well, maybe I'm not going to eat there for a while. But if you didn't know and you walked in, oh my God, it'd be like walking into a nightmare for you, maybe.
Yeah, for sure, right?
or, like I saw some people online comparing this to having like creepy dolls. And I'm like, no, cause, it'd be different. If I walked into a restaurant and there was creepy dolls everywhere, I'd immediately turn around and leave. Cause you're getting murdered for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. What's on the menu? You
Exactly. So,
stupid creepy dolls.
yeah. So what about you? What do you think of?
I'm kind of along the same lines as you are. I'd be taking pictures. it would be awesome if they would change the outfits, but also at the same time, I'd rather just have empty tables.
Yeah. And
it doesn't. The empty tables don't bother me.
Right. I would, like, one of my first thoughts when I first saw it was they're going to have to wipe this down constantly, you know.
Yeah, right.
And the clothes on them are going to need to be cleaned, and you know, it's like, it just seems like such a nightmare. Yeah. Rather than just, like you said, you know, rather than just just leave them empty, or you know, just block them off. Yeah, just block them off somehow.
Yeah, just remove them. Suddenly there's less tables. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Look at all this floor space.
Yeah.
Now I can do somersaults.
I was just going to say, now we can dance. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Now we're talking.
Right. Perfect.
So, but along that same lines, there's the old South Korean football team, Brian. They're catching some flack because they had the same idea, basically. But instead they were using sex dolls.
I saw this yesterday too, and I actually had that in my notes to talk about also, because this one, it killed me. Because did you see, they said that they didn't know they were sex dolls when they bought them.
Yeah, they said they insisted they were premium mannequins, but it came from a supplier to make sex dolls.
Yeah. Now, in fairness, maybe the sex doll manufacturer said, hey, we're not really selling a lot of sex dolls right now, or hey, here's another way we can sell our sex dolls by calling them premium mannequins.
Maybe. I mean, I just know that sitting in a row here has got some banging.
Right. That was my thought. Like, when I saw the pictures of them, I'm like, how could you look at those and think they were anything other than like real dolls or, you know, kind of a thing? Like, those don't make mannequins. Mannequins are usually fairly generic, you know, with their dimensions and stuff. Like, these certainly are not, unless that you needed mannequins for a porn shoot, you know?
Like, these premium mannequins are cheering for the crowd. That's why their mouths are open like that.
Right.
Like, no, that's, no.
Yeah. Oh my God.
They're all yelling goal.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of hilarious.
I can't wait to find out what they do with them. That's what I want to know. Is like, because after this, I imagine they're not going to use them anymore. They're probably going to.
They're going to get used.
Oh yeah, they're going to get used. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yee.
The janitor is going to be, running the old mop line on them. If you know what I'm saying.
He's probably doing that anyway.
Accurate.
The end of the
that's 100% true.
The end of the day, you know, it's like, well, I got to clean it off anyways. I might as well use it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If I'm going to hose her off, I might as well give her a reason.
Right. Oh my goodness. Silly people. Yeah. Now, if you took this idea and put these dolls in the restaurant.
Oh, jeez. Suddenly there's going to be dudes like leaving their date and sitting with the sex dolls and stuff because they know, you buy the sex doll dinner, you're getting lucky.
Right. I mean, you'd think, what if they, give them enough AI where they can say no,
That'd be weird.
It becomes one of those like dating sim games that are out there,
Right. Now, I, for one, like say I walked into an Olive Garden.
Yeah.
And it was, 50% occupancy for real people, and the other 50% were sex dolls. Every sex doll is getting a breadstick in the mouth.
I imagine
one of them.
They would probably have an employee going around to make sure there were no breadsticks in the mouth,
Exactly. This one over here is going to be ski poling. It's going to get crazy.
Yeah, just keep like, I'm going to need some more breadsticks. And they're like, sir, we're not giving you any more because we see what you're doing with them.
Like, but I paid for the unlimited salad, soup, and breadsticks.
It doesn't say anywhere on this that I cannot put them.
You are not treating me like family.
It does not say anywhere on this menu that I cannot put them in compromising positions in sex dolls. You want to talk?
He's right here. I'll call him up.
No, he's there with you. Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean, that would be amazing, actually.
Yikes. I do appreciate places trying to, keep, like, the ambiance of real people. But, yeah. Nah.
I mean, what like lowbrow, shitty restaurant's going to look like Kevin McAllister's house? It's going to be Michael Jordan on rain going by.
Dude, there's the move. If we had a restaurant, we just put like cardboard cutouts.
Oh, for sure.
Instead, just bad ones too. Just like
bad
the
ones.
worst cutouts we can find online, basically, and just put them up. You know.
Or we get cutouts of us made, just in different outfits.
Ooh, that's a much better idea. I like that a lot. Yeah. All right. Or we just basically just make stickers of our faces and just put them on the other ones, whichever. You know?
I like that idea even better.
That way I can look like a Michael Jordan driving to the hoop, you know?
Exactly.
I'm not going to...
His head's so pale.
Yeah.
Giant.
Like, I didn't know Brian was ever thick. Or played for the Bulls. Or was that dark?
It must have been... He sunscreened everything but his...
head and neck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I got one more for you. And that's really it for my news story situation. This one I think is dope. Yeah. Although I'm not 100% sure how it works, I'll be honest. I think it might be categorized as a...
Shut up and take my money.
I have one of those too.
Maybe it is.
All right. You need to turn that up a little bit though.
Do I?
Yeah, you do.
Shit.
Shut up and take my money.
That's better. I don't know if people could really hear the other one.
They'll figure it out.
All right.
So, I'm not 100% sure what the website Lego Ideas is.
Okay.
It seems almost like a Kickstarter because this thing I have here says 10,000 supporters achieved. So I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But it looks like a Kickstarter kind of. But this person wants to have Lego recreate Hero Quest.
Oh, dude. I just wish they would remake Hero Quest. I don't care who does it, you know?
Right?
That game was so much fun, and it's so ungodly expensive now on eBay.
But I mean, it's like all the pictures are all these Lego monsters and dungeon pieces and heroes and weapons, and it's the maps. And
oh, wow.
I mean, it's if it's something that we're actually...
That would be... From Lego, it'd probably be like a $400 set.
Probably.
But that would be cool, though.
But it made me also think of, like, you know, how many people that are D&D DMs use Lego to set up their shit?
That's a good question. I don't know. Because you could, especially for map and, you know, different stuff, you could for fun's sake.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That'd be kind of fun. Like everybody else has got their, like, painted minis and you're coming in with a Lego dude.
Well, fuck yeah, right?
Like, fuck you, I'm back.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Lego Ideas is though.
I don't either.
Oh, there's a How It Works button. I'm clicking on it.
I might have something to, you know, that might tell you.
It's just, so it's not even like okay, it's just like, hey, are you a good Lego builder? Show your ideas here.
Oh, okay.
So this guy created Hero Quest using King Glorious Squirrel.
Decent name. I'm not gonna lie, I love the idea. Because it's seriously one of those things.
The idea is amazing.
I don't know who owns. Like, I gotta imagine that it has something to do with somebody owning a copyright and just not doing anything with it, as far as Hero Quest goes. Because it's like, dude, the sets from like our Ute go for like $300, $400. Like, they go for crazy money. You know?
I know, because a while ago when, do you remember HeroScape? It was like large scale.
Yep. That game, was cool too. I remember Show had some of that stuff.
Yeah, a bunch of, because I bought them some.
Yeah.
So when Logan and I would play it all the time, I'd always tell him about Hero Quest, you know, and he's like, oh my God. I'm like, you know what? Yeah. And I about shit my pants.
Yeah.
Because I remember I had the base game. I think I had 2 of the expansions.
Yep. That sounds right.
Yeah.
Because I know we used to play that all the time.
Oh, fuck yeah. It was so cool.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean...
But it makes you wonder...
Bravo to this guy's creativity if this is what it is. I got all excited because I was like, ooh, maybe like Lego will make this.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, like I said, I just like see somebody bring Hero Quest back because it would sell like crazy. And right now's the time, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because, I mean, board games are kind of hitting hard again. D&D's popular, you know, like all this stuff. It's like, it feels like the perfect storm as far as getting that out. If you were going to do it right now, seems like the right time.
Absolutely.
And again, if you look on eBay, look what those old sets go for.
Yeah,
You
they're
know,
crazy money.
it's like if you make new sets, the price sell like hotcakes. You know,
Right? Everyone loves a hotcake.
Yeah, I know I'd buy one if they put it back out for sure.
So I guess this is
fun.
technically not a shut up and take my money, but it's just like, shut up and please make this.
Yeah, amen. It does make me really wonder. I can't remember who made HeroScape, do you? Or Hero Quest.
I don't know, but I have the internet right in front of me.
Sure
so let's
do.
see here.
I know for a while some of that HeroScape stuff was worth some money too. I don't know if it held value or not, but I know for a while when they quit making it, people were really disappointed.
It was Milton Bradley made it.
Okay, so you gotta figure they still own it. I can't imagine
Yeah,
they
you would
wouldn't.
think so, right?
Yeah, like why wouldn't they make that again?
Man, I'm taking a trip down with these Google images.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that much.
you find like Fireball Mountain and shit on there.
Yeah,
Was that what it was called? Why doesn't that seem right? Am I right on that?
Fireball Island?
Yeah. Oh, I said
Yeah.
mountain. That's why. Fireball
Oh,
Island.
well, yeah, you were in a different locale or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I was creating a sequel.
I love it.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
seriously,
this game was so dope.
If you don't know what we're talking about, seriously, look it up. It was a lot of fun. You know?
Yeah, it really was. It was like a way to get into basically D&D.
Well-
Your little dudes would level up. You'd find weapons and artifacts and armor,
Yep.
and then you just carried
Well,
them
and
to
there-
the next part of the dungeon. It was
Like,
great.
there were traps and stuff in it too. Remember? Like some of those treasure chests were trapped.
Yeah, unless
and
you're
stuff.
the rogue, then you can get around that shit.
Yeah, man. Because I remember I've never been giant, like real big into D&D, but I really dug playing that because, well, again, back in those days is when to roll up a character would take you like 6 days. So,
Yeah.
you know, that was before they streamlined a lot of it. But, you know, you couldn't do a lot of it on the computer. Well, you couldn't do any of it on the computer then, but, so yeah, that was a whole different
Now,
time, but a lot of
Brian,
fun. Yes, sir.
What if we made a salty language D&D group?
Yeah,
Would that be something you might be interested in?
maybe.
All right. Well, we might have to kick around this idea, see if we can blue sky it.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were going to
'cause
say it.
I
thought you were
mean,
going to say
I
it.
love playing, but I also like running too. So.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say a salty language hero quest. I was like, yes.
That would be sick.
You have to navigate hobos and
Exactly.
oh man, just like that would be our expansion for it would just be a bunch of hobos.
Yeah, the hobo outbreak.
Yeah, they get loose in Hobo Gulch, start taking everything over. It'd be a mess. Oh man.
It's a problem. We have hobos in Hobo Gulch like that, and they're so close and confined, and they start like eating each other.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you have some sort of weird disease that jumps from hobos to real people.
Yep, exactly.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you no one knew that Hobo Gulch was secretly a hobo wet market.
Probably not.
Wholesale hobo parts.
Yeah, delicious.
Yep. It's like a hobo scrapyard. You got to get in there and pull your own part.
Yeah, I figure that's probably where Tiger King got most of the food for his animals after the Walmart deal fell through, you know.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, man. So, let's see. What else do I have here? Well, first of all, I want to mention, like last week we talked about Jerry Stiller dying, and whatnot.
Right.
Man, this week Fred Willard died. And, what a kick in the dick. Again, hell of a, like, man, one of my favorite is, I saw a bunch of, comedians and actors and stuff telling Fred Willard stories on Twitter and, to read through, some of those, just talking about just how nice the guy was, how they're like no off to his, funny,
Right.
cause he just had that ability as anyone who, if you don't know who Fred Willard is, well, you do, whether you realize it or not, cause he's been in like a million things. But seriously, go check out his work with like the Christopher Guest stuff is some of my favorite stuff, like Best in Show. Other movies are just, he's so good because he just delivers the most ridiculous stuff, but he's so, deadpan when he does it.
Right.
He just, like, there was one story I read where he was late night shows and they were like, hey, what have you been up to? And he's like, And the host is like, oh, you know, that's great. And Fred Willard goes, yeah, they're really hard to read. You know, and just shit like that. They're just, you know, some of it, yeah, just stuff like that. Every time I saw him come on screen, you're almost like, oh, this is going to be good, because I don't know that I ever saw him in something where I'm like, oh, Fred Willard was terrible in that, you know.
Yeah, like, boo, Fred Willard. Boo.
Yeah, right? It's like, nah, that guy, he crushed it whenever he stepped on a set. So, yeah, big loss there. But again, you know, huge catalog of great work to go back and look at.
For sure.
Yeah. I think was he in This Is Spinal Tap? I can't remember. I feel like he was.
Oh, I can find out for you.
I don't know. He, like I said, he was in like a million things. So, you know, a lot of times just as a quick character, you know, where he's so-and-so's father or whatever, but he was always so good in his roles. So.
Let's see here.
Point.
Yeah. Thank you. Wow. 45 plus according to the Googles. On Family doesn't show, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he's in a lot of shit.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it's over the years. Like I said, everybody's seen him in something because he's been in so much. Like I just don't know, unless you're only watching like horror movies. I don't remember him doing a lot of horror movies. So, but if you've watched comedies over the last my whole life, you know, he's been in tons of stuff.
He's one of those guys when you see his face, you go, oh.
Yeah. Oh, that guy. Yeah. Like he was on Roseanne for a while because he, what's his name? Martin Mull's, husband on that show.
Right.
And he was great on there as a, you know, kind of foil with Martin Mull. Yeah, anyway. So
he's been in so much stuff.
I know.
Jesus.
Well, that's why I said a lot of his stuff is kind of bit parts. But, you know, or again, he plays like the dad in so many things.
Right.
But there's also a lot of movies where he plays a more significant role. And he was so great at, like I said, you know, he was on The Simpsons, where Homer helps him sell a busload of tickets to go to the Super Bowl. You know, and was even good doing that kind of stuff. Even when he wasn't technically on camera, he was still great. So.
Right.
Yeah, but
yeah, he's been in a voice in so many cartoons too.
Yep, exactly. And he's got a like, again, once you hear his voice, you'll go, oh, that guy, because he doesn't really change his voice a whole lot in the stuff he's in. You know, He pretty much just plays himself, or his voice, not himself, but plays his voice. So.
Yeah, like I'm still scrolling. It's it's lunacy, but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So this week I watched I don't know if you saw the previews or anything for it, but there's a cartoon on Hulu called Solar Opposites.
Yeah, I've seen the ads for it, but I haven't checked it out.
It's from Justin Roiland, who's a co-creator of Rick and Morty, and. So I watched, there's, I don't know, 8 or 10 episodes of it. So I watched the whole season, and the animation has got in the font that they even use in it, very Rick and Morty-esque. And I was kind of like, at first I'm like, I wonder, it'd be really funny if this was in the Rick and Morty universe, you know?
Right.
Not the Rick and Morty multiverse, but in the universe, right? You know, it'd be kind of funny if it's a different part of Earth. You know, at the same time.
For sure.
But this is owned by Hulu, the other's owned by Cartoon Network, so probably not. But
I mean, they might unofficially. Though.
Yeah.
One of those things, you know.
I thought it was pretty good. Like the main story stuff isn't even the best part of the show. They have a sub story that goes through the whole season of where one of the kids that's one of the, you know, because it's 4 aliens are the stars of the show, and 2 of them are like teenagers, and the boy one a room where he shrinks people down and they have like dioramas and stuff, and him and the girl put stuff like candy and just different whatever in there, and basically it becomes a thing where the people who live in this wall They rob newcomers of whatever they have in their pockets. There's a hierarchy in the thing. It's an amazing story. Like, I really thought the best part of the show. The other part of the characters and stuff I liked. I thought it was funny. I enjoyed, there's plenty of jokes I laughed out loud at. But the B story, you know how in Rick and Morty there's just the over the top, crazy, whatever, and then there's that real dark undertone in the show.
Yeah, for sure.
The B story is basically that, because it basically is telling the story of how certain people basically start a resistance against the guy who is running the whole wall. Like everything in the wall, he is under his control basically, and they're starting a resistance against him. And that goes on. Like, they give you little snippets of it in basically every episode, until the finale. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. But like I said, I thought the B story stuff was maybe better than the main stuff. Yeah. But I like the other stuff too. It's not that was bad. I enjoyed it though.
So you're saying stamp of approval, yay or nay?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
I was actually kind of sad when the season was over. So
how many Chuck Yeagers are you giving it?
I think I'd put it probably around an 8.
That's a lot of Chucks.
I don't think it's as good as Rick and Morty, but it also, Rick and Morty has like Dan Harmon as an influence in it too. So, there's something Dan Harmon brings to it that this one doesn't have, but it's not a bad thing because this is
right.
I don't want it to be Rick and Morty. There's already Rick and Morty.
Right.
Yeah. So something else I started listening to is Jim Jeffries has a new podcast.
Oh, geez.
And it's called I Don't Know About That. And they start the show off where they give they have an expert, right? And they don't tell Jim anything about him. He gets to ask 3 questions and then he tries to guess what the show topic / this person's expertise is.
That's kind of fun so far.
So once they do that, once he finds out what the topic is, he then is supposed to tell them everything he can think of that he knows about the topic. Then the expert judges him on a scale of 1 to 10 based on how they have a discussion about whatever the topic kind of thing is.
Okay.
And I've really enjoyed it so far. It's been kind of fun. Like, the last one I listened to was on steroids and baseball. I'm trying to think what the other ones were on. I can't think. I don't remember, honestly. But anyways, yeah, I've enjoyed it. So it's like, if you like Jim Jeffries, you'll probably dig it. It's like him and 2 other people that I think were writers on, what was it called when he was on Comedy Central? Was it just called the Jim Jeffries Show? I think.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was. And I think they were writers, so they're Indians or the like, and they're on there with him. But it's been pretty enjoyable. So I always
loved Jim Jeffries anyway.
Yeah, right. Hour-long podcast and whatever. And it's neat because they talk about like, they're talking about like kind of legit topics, but also no pun intended there for anyone who knows he had a show called Legit. But they talk about real topics and also obviously there's Jim Jeffries injecting his ridiculousness in there. Yeah.
Yeah, him being a nonsensical Aussie bastard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totes.
Like you do.
Totes. Yeah.
Totes.
Let's see, what else do I have here? I know how much you love remakes. I know it's your favorite thing. Oh my God,
Brian, do I ever.
You just cannot find anything you love more than remakes.
If it's the remake I think you might be talking about, I might be on board.
Really?
Maybe. If it's what I think, if we're doing our brain thing.
Yeah. All right, well, let's do this.
We're connecting right now.
Yeah. Well, what do you think it is? Because I'm just curious.
You're talking about the remake of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Oh, I'm not, but I forgot to bring that up earlier.
Yeah, I am so in for that.
So am I.
We'll comes out on birthday.
Yeah, we'll, yeah. And I heard, it's funny because they said they're bringing back a lot of the songs on the soundtracks, but then I read something today that says that there's actually going to be quite a few that aren't going to make it. So, but
whatever, I'm still in.
There were so many good songs and so many bands I was introduced to from those soundtracks. So
yeah, for sure, right?
Oh, I was so excited about that. Yeah, and they said no microtransactions at the beginning, but there will be later on because there's going to be like gear and shit that you can buy, and
of course.
Because why wouldn't you? They can add downloadable content like, hey, we made some new courses or this or that or what. I don't have a problem with it.
It's all I know is I was never into like skateboarding. Like I tried and I would just eat concrete.
Yep.
But I love the shit out of these games.
Me too. Those and it's funny because they've been so disappointing. The last few that I played, I was very disappointed in them. So I was so happy to see them bringing this and remastering it. Like it looks great. Which I've seen looks amazing. So I can't wait to get my hands on that. I'll certainly buy that because that's a game that's awesome to just have around. Because I remember back in the day, I never bought it. But since I worked at the video stores, I got free rentals. But man, I rented that so much.
Oh, yeah.
And played it and played it and played it. So, yeah. Now, what'll be funny is now I'll get my hands on it and probably be like, these controls are too hard.
Yeah. This is way harder than I thought it was.
No, the remake I was talking about, though, I don't think you're going to receive this one as well.
Oh, geez. All right.
I think you're going to be angry. So you might want to take a nip of bourbon before I tell you.
I'll wait.
All right.
Hold on. It's right here if I need it.
You're going to need it, I'm telling you. All right. So apparently Universal Pictures is working on a new version of Scarface.
What?
Yeah, you're not as angry as I thought you would be.
I'm more just disappointed.
Naturally.
Why?
I don't know. Apparently the Coen brothers have written the script.
Really?
Which is an interesting move. I was looking to see if there's any sort of whatever. Apparently it's going to take place in Los Angeles this time.
Okay.
Where is it? Yeah, I guess that's really about all it has.
I mean, be some outrage because Scarface is
it's a movie people still watch now. And what's interesting to me about this is usually when you do a remake, a lot of it ends up being because the original just doesn't hit home anymore. Like it just, it doesn't land. After generation have stumbled into Scarface and loved it.
Right.
So
exactly.
It's a little weird to me that they would do that, but it also isn't because, they think they can make a bunch of money off of it, I'm sure. So, yeah, I just think it's going to be hard to really land this. Because like you said, movie by so many people that this movie is going to have to like blow people away in order for them to, because the expectations are going to be so high going in. Like you got to live up to this
level. So what's
level.
next? A
Godfather.
Friggin' Godfather remake?
I can't wait. No.
You want to see people get pissed off?
Right? Ugh. Nah. About as close to a Godfather remake as I think we'll ever need with the Sopranos.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to move any further than that.
Just wow.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah. It is a little surprising. Like, I figured they'd have a little more details. I didn't even read that. I just saw that they were talking about a remake. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with, a no.
Yeah, and who knows, though, it's apparently super early in things, so, things could always fall through, but it's, I don't know. Something saying that there was some rumor that, I don't know if it was the director who, like, really wanted Michael B. Jordan to star. The guy who's in, what do you call it, Creed?
Black Panther.
I mean, I don't have any qualms with him as an actor, but it's like, how much are you changing this story now? Because I'm pretty sure he's not going to be an Italian, or not an Italian,
Cuban.
Cuban, thank you. I don't know why I said Italian. So
Because he's played by Pacino.
yeah, right. I mean, he could still be Cuban. Don't get me wrong, but it's still like the name. I would
Better be bringing me a
it's gonna be
Cuban
kinda
sandwich.
weird, and I don't know. It's gonna be weird.
Those are delicious.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
gonna
know,
go
right?
with no thanks, but whatever.
Yeah, hard pass.
We'll see. Tony Hawk, though, 2 thumbs up.
Oh, dude, Thug, I'm all over.
Oh,
Wait, Thug. That was Tony Hawk Underground. I'm not all over Thug.
no. You're THPS. So,
Yeah. Whatever, Trevor. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. I'm on it.
Yeah, sure. I started reading some of these the other night. Somebody on Twitter for something to do stumbled into or onto a thing in Ask Reddit that someone posted, like what's your secret that could literally ruin your life if it came out?
Oh, geez, game to play.
Dude, there are so many answers to this, and some of them are, I mean, you know how it is. We all like to, even though we all pretend we hate gossip, we all love gossip,
For sure. Yeah.
So it was actually kind of fun to read. And someone in the Twitter, I don't know how you say it. It's Quora, so is it Quora?
I think it's Quora, yeah.
Whatever it is. They had someone posted on there that's, what's something you've never told anyone. So it's one of those confession
Right.
ones. And man, I love those. I've seen people do that on Instagram, where they have like those anonymous boxes and they're like, confess something to me kind of a thing. And some of the stuff people post in there, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, good googly moogly people.
So I'll have links to both of those in the show notes if anybody wants to read them. It was kind of the secret that could literally ruin your life was one that was a little more interesting
Is
to
there
me.
any highlights?
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Right.
God, I read so many and it was so late that I didn't really retain much of anything.
Yeah, fair enough.
But, cause that's what it was I couldn't sleep. I was just scrolling Twitter and clicked on it and was like, oh, I'll go read some of these and whatevs.
Next thing you know, like, holy shit.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it was. So, all right. And now I have a, shut up and take my money.
Oh, well.
Shut up and take my money.
There you go, sir.
And, this is something that's been, super anticipated and people have just been itching to get their grubby paws on it so they can listen to it. And I saw the other day, Run the Jewels announced that their next album will drop on June 5th.
Oh, shit.
A mere, 17 days from now or something like that?
Indeed.
Cannot wait. So, I was wondering when that was going to drop because, originally, they were originally scheduled to tour with Rage this summer,
Right.
And I'm like, well, you'd think they'd want to get that album out before the tour, because I assume they're going to play stuff from it on the tour. But if you don't get the music out there, ain't nobody going to know what you're playing,
Yeah, for sure, right?
Like, you're just going to have a bunch of people standing around going, all right.
Wow, gonna have Zach De La Rocha, Josh Homme, Mavis Staples, Pharrell, 2 Chainz.
Yep. They asked me to be on it, but I was busy, so.
Well, we got a podcast.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's what I told them. I said, I can't. Not for some side,
Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I dig the album artwork.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool. Well, I know what I'll be, listening to on Spotify.
Yeah.
I have one Run to Jewel. I think it's Run to Jewels 2 I have on. I really got to get the rest.
Yeah, you should. Good stuff. Oh, you know what else?
For sure.
What else I finished this week that was really good was Dave.
Oh, yeah. That is good stuff.
I finished the season. Man, the last couple episodes are really good.
Yeah, I was kind of like, whoa, this is a great show. And I was like, all right, when's the next episode come out? Oh, it's
Yeah, next year.
not out yet.
If it gets another
God
season.
damn.
Yeah, I was like, we gotta wait and even see
I
if
hope
it gets.
it does.
Yeah, me too.
they've been advertising the shit out of it on like YouTube and
Yeah.
somewhere else. I keep seeing commercials that I stream off of.
Right.
So hopefully they do get another season because it was really
good. I was
yeah.
really surprised at it because it was one of those shows that has really good funny stuff in it, but it also has a really good heart to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So really dug that. Like, I don't want to call this a spoiler, but spoilers just in case. That episode where Gata reveals that he's bipolar.
Oh yeah,
was
right.
so good. And it's so not funny.
Yeah, we were sitting there watching it, and I think Michelle was like, whoa, this has got way deeper than I was expecting.
Yeah, right? So, yeah, I expected to get that deep either. I figured it was just going to be, goofy comedy stuff, but pretty good. Pretty good. So,
yeah, I like it a lot.
All right, I think that's all I got for the.
That's really all I got too, my friend.
All right, well, let's do some Q of the W then, I guess.
Yes, and Brian, and
was this improv?
I've got a couple makeup answers I got to do.
Ooh, boy, did the audio just get shitty. Sorry, folks.
Perfect. I said I have a couple makeup answers I got to do from the previous one because it was brought to my attention. I shared our post.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I just got buried in notifications when I was looking for it.
Yeah.
Because what I wish Facebook would do, specifically geared for me, is when I share a post, why can't I see these answers off the original post?
Yeah.
But whatever, it is what it is. So the previous one I'm talking about, the Dogs Head 911 hotline where emergency they call. So our dude Heno, he says, 911, operator, what's emergency? That fucking squirrel is back. It's back. Trespass. Outrage. Accurate.
Yep.
Valerie, she says, no Treatos. Mom won't share her snackies. There was a little dog pooping in my yard.
That's fair. I'd be mad if a little dog was pooping in my yard, too.
Yeah, for sure. I would just go out there and poop in theirs.
Yeah. That's fair.
Our friend Natile.
Mm-hmm.
She says, yes, 911. There's another doggo here. I only doggo. Me looking right at him. When I move, he move. He calling you too. I tries to bite and there's an invisible wall. Help! Dumb dogs. And then Andrew Robinson, the husband of the the old Google goddess.
Right.
He says, doggo, my owner just left. I don't think they're ever coming back. 911. Did you call earlier this week? We have this number calling every day to doggo, putting on cat voice. No. So those are the answers that I totally missed last week.
That's fair.
Way to go. This is why I just can't share things.
Yeah. I guess, right?
Can't have nice things.
Nope, not allowed. So
not allowed.
Alrighty.
But for last week's QW, we asked what services do people pay for that aren't worth the price or the service.
Yeah.
And our dude Philip, he says, I don't know if it's a service, but pre-shredded
Yep. Agreed.
Accurate.
Yep.
And probably if we were to give away prizes for answers, this one would probably win a prize. So I guess it gets a no prize.
That's fair.
Is Jeff from Hobie. He just simply sums it up in one word. Taxes.
Now, I do wonder if is he just meaning like as far as like all of us paying taxes, or is he talking about taxes as in paying someone else to do our taxes? I assume he just means taxes in general, but
I'm assuming he means taxes in general.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Unless he misspelled Texas and he just doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was. He just meant Texas. Yeah. Why are we paying for Texas?
But as far as I know, that's all I have on Facebook.
All right, fair enough. All right, well, I have none on Twitter that I saw, but from Cheeto Bandito, what is it? What services do people pay for that isn't worth the cost? Ordering food from restaurants. I hate that answer, considering my restaurant is how I pay my bills. But seriously, when it comes down to it, you can purchase and make any food you want way cheaper than you can order it and have someone else make it.
I mean, he's not wrong, but the convenience.
Right. I'm paying for their expertise, Cheeto. I'm paying for how they, just put gentle kisses of love into that food that I just, my ham fist just can't do,
I mean, you're right.
No, he's totally right though. It really is. I mean, in any of it, we all know we're paying for the conveniently made it okay with that. It's like, a long time ago, I remember seeing, what was it? I think somebody was talking about how Burger King had 8 or 10 chicken nuggets for $1. And, somebody was like, we should be rather than, or was it? It's something along the lines of we should be concerned that, how they're able to give us 8 chicken nuggets for $1, basically,
Right, exactly.
And I was like, yeah. But, good answer there. Let me double check, because I don't remember if I had any others. Yeah, I don't see any others. So, sorry. Last week.
So sorry.
Let us know, and we'll catch up next time, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So for this week's Q of the W, Tony, what's a secret you've never told? No. What's a secret that would ruin your life if it ever got out?
Communist.
Well, I knew that. Well, of course, I see. Not everyone knew that. I just knew it.
Yeah, not everyone.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to pull the old double cross. So,
Shh.
Oh, right. I mean, comrade.
Keep it under your hat, your big fuzzy hat.
Right. Okay. Damn it. There we go. Finally. Yeah. Sorry, I was waiting for the Google Doc to load with all the...
Way to go, Google. Way to go.
Oh, I guess it's going to reload again. That's awesome.
Excellent work.
Son of a bitch.
So my answer is not Google.
All right. Well, I think I have 24. So give me number 1 through 24. If this loads, I'll be able to pick it.
We'll go just number 2.
All right. Now, come on. This is a fucking text document.
The question.
There we go. This one's going to be a tougher one.
Oh, geez. Good for me. Good on me.
Yep. Wait.
But
all right. So listed in the Star Wars universe, what stories might they write? I'm actually,
boy.
I was just thinking about this. I was actually thinking about this. We've kind of covered this plenty of times.
Right.
When I first put that in there, we probably hadn't, because I put that in there a long time ago. But we've gone over various stuff about Chewbacca and just the Emperor being, whatever, if the doc will let me. All right, so pick a different number.
We'll go 13. Lucky number 13.
All right, hold on. Let me delete that one because it'll renumber. But, all right, what question do you not like people asking you?
What question do I not like people asking me? That's a good question.
I can tell you what mine is.
Oh, what's that?
Well, actually, I have a couple. The first one that popped into my head.
That's a bad one.
I've been notorious for having, resting bitch face, basically. I sometimes, and I'm not. Sometimes it's just I'm focusing, or I'm just, I'm just not I don't sit around with a grin on my face all the time. So some people take that as that I'm mad. So, and the other one would be more something along the lines of why aren't you smiling, or something to that effect. That
right.
drives me crazy. So why don't you smile more? That kind of thing, So how about you?
I don't know why it bothers me asking me how much I make. Well, it's none of your fucking business, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's, just from a social setting, that's considered rude. You never ask anybody what.
Yeah.
Although I still always kind of feel like that comes from an oppressive situation in a lot of ways. You know, because you know how it is. Like, you work for places, and they're like, "Don't be discussing what you make with other people." It's like people to,
Exactly, right.
But
Or you
yeah,
don't want to find out I'm underpaid.
yeah, exactly.
Like, wait a minute, what?
And you know, the last video store I worked at, you know, one of my coworkers, you know, when her and I were running that 3 or 6 months, whatever it was, and then after we both weren't working there anymore, I made some comment about how I happened to go, you know, like, you know, I'm glad I was making whatever an hour, and she was like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, yeah, blah, blah. And she was making like I don't know, it was like $1.25 less an hour than me. We were doing the same job.
Same shit, yeah.
And it was like, wow, that's bullshit, you know? So, yeah. Had she known it then, she would have been she was angry anyway, but she would have been angrier, you know?
Even more angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, stupid. But yeah,
that's always bothered me.
that's a good one though, because it's weird how some people will just casually ask that. Like, if you tell somebody, even like, you know, if you're telling a story to someone else, like, oh, a friend of mine works wherever, they'll go, oh, what do they make there? And it's like, well, it's not really any of your business. I mean, it's
you just
different.
Gotta be like, oh, they make cereal. Like, no, I meant, I have no idea.
Right? Well, you know, it's different if it's like, a good example around here would be like somebody works for Jeep, right? You could, instead of saying, what do you make? You could say, you know, what do they start at? You know?
Yeah.
Like something like that, but it's like none of your damn business. So.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, fuck. Yeah.
But, alright.
Pay his bills, Brian.
I guess. Oh,
Right.
now I know how much you make. No.
Son of a bitch.
What was it? My dad used to just, like, I remember somebody asking him one time what he made doing something, and he said enough. And
Yeah, that's pretty much right along the lines of my answer.
yeah, good answer.
Yeah.
Said none ya. That's what I make.
And then you fucking business.
Yeah.
This son of a bitch.
All right. So the question again is, what question do you not like people asking you? And there you go. So
show me what you got.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right.
Yeah.
So there you go. I think that's a show.
I believe it is, Brian.
All right. Well, I guess, you know, head on over to saltylanguage.com, click all the links, listen to the old episodes. You can check out the network we're part of.
I missed.
Yeah, you did.
I like what you got.
Missed again.
Good job.
Got the mic stand in front of me.
Oh my goodness.
Danger!
And that's not it either. So it's other stuff.
How dramatic.
I don't think that one fits either, but that's all right.
Oh. I mean, it's the Tangent Network.
Not a race.
I hope that's it. You know, I hope that fits.
Proud members of the Tangent Network.
Goddamn rich cunt!
Yeah. That seems right. Other shows on there. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us on Twitter at, I don't know. You can find me at Stunami.
You can find me at, oh God, I'm fucking tired, man.
Find Tony in bed, I guess.
You can also find us on Instagram. And I guess, Snapchat, although that's like, I think, the last gasp of breaths coming out of that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think...
And, of course, on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube. Although the last episode we did, I pulled up our shit today, and for some reason the video never finished processing. So this episode still isn't up. Get on that.
Wow, all right. That's weird.
Processing, and then I was like, oh, good. Yeah, never thought twice to check until today.
Yeah, fair enough.
Son of a bitch.
Alrighty. Well, there you go, I guess.
But yeah, Salty Language Pod on YouTube, where you can watch our shenanigans and nonsense.
Yeah. And again, you know, all the links on saltylanguage.com if you need them. So there you go.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess until next time, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Oh, and stay salty.
And remember, we're here for you.
In this time of need and crisis.
We know things aren't normal, but that's okay. We're just
But you know what is normal?
money-hungry corporation that's pretending like we give two shits about you.
Patreon.
Yeah.